Good morning everybody, Paudie here again from Charleville Coves, home and away, and this morning we're after crossing over the boundary and we're here in County Limerick and we're here with Maura O'Sullivan, who is the owner of St. Gobnait's Nursing Home.
Good morning, good morning, and thanks for coming down to meet us.
Good, no problem. This morning we're going to just interview a few people that maybe have Charleville connections, either from there or work there and stuff like that. So Maura is after gathering up a few for us this morning. So who have you this morning, Maura?
We have 3 people, well we've more people from Charleville, but we've 3 to be interviewed this morning.
Yeah.
So our first man is Billy O'Brien, and a great legend of a Charleville man. Yeah. And then we have Mary O'Connell, who is actually a Dromina woman but worked in Charleville for years. Yeah. And Nell Flemming, who lived in Charleville as well, but she's a Fina woman and very much a Limerick woman, but lived in Charleville all her life. Yeah, so yeah, we've a lot of Charleville people resident here. Yeah.
Very good. How long are you operating here, Maura?
Nursing home is here since 1985. 85. My mother and father set it up, and I took over 10 years ago. So it's a small country home, as you can see, where it's a country home for country people, and we've 20 residents.
Very good. Very good. Right, very good. We'll get cracking on and we'll get talking to some of these people.
Great.
Maura, thanks very much.
Thanks, Paudie. Thanks. Cheers.
We're here with Billy O'Brien, and for anyone that's from Charleville, around Charleville, you'll be familiar with Billy, because as you say, he was a Charleville legend for years and years. How are you, Billy?
Not too bad at all.
Good. I remember you very well growing up when I was young. You were always around the town, and can you tell me where you grew up in Charleville?
Above the Holy Cross.
Yeah. And you had with mum and dad and your brothers and sisters?
Yeah. They're all gone now. Bad one, Mag.
And who's Mad Mag is left? She's of course.
She is. She's married.
Yeah.
And I don't here.
Right. And you'd be an uncle into Peter O'Brien the painter, is that right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people would be familiar with Peter, with the paintings and all that.
Oh, they would.
They would indeed. But tell me, when you were a young man yourself around town, what did you get up to? What were you working at?
I was working at Maura's.
Yeah.
That was the best. That was the best place I got paid.
Yeah.
You know, and Maura's. Yeah. And I worked at Sutton's.
Yeah, in the coal, Sutton's coal. Delivering the coal.
Yeah. And I worked at the one there alongside Nearly Scannon's, the coal store there.
Yes.
And I worked everywhere.
Everywhere?
I worked in the cheese factory.
Jesus. And tell me, you mentioned Murray's. What did you do when you were in Murray's? Did you do the maintenance and all that?
Yeah, everything. I was doing everything.
Right. And when you mentioned the Golden Vale there in the cheese, can you remember some of the boys that you were working with at the time?
I did a few of them.
Yeah.
Packy Rourke.
Oh, Jesus.
Lord the Muslim.
Yeah.
And Miss Travers. And
yes.
A few more.
Yeah. So you moved around anywhere where you could make a few bob. You were working?
I was, and I was with Mick Fisher.
Yeah.
Lord the Muslim.
Right, yeah. And tell me this, you had a great interest in animals as well, Billy?
I had.
Yeah.
I was all the time with all animals.
Yeah. Horses and ponies and stuff?
And donkeys and everything.
Yeah.
I done everything.
You doing everything. And would you buy them as foals and sell them on?
Buy them and sell them again. And I used to be with Petey Ward and all.
Yeah. Jesus Petey up the land, yeah.
Lord the Muslim, he gone to.
Yeah. But
he used to be. He used to be there, and we used to over in Kilmallock and everywhere with him. Yeah. And fairs.
That's right, yeah. And did you go on the road, and like the fairs, would you go to Ballinasloe, or would you go?
Oh, we went everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
Rathkeil and...
Did you ever go back to Puckfair? Were you ever
back there? I did, and walked out of it.
And walked out?
Walked out with 4 horses.
With 4 horses and walked?
All night and walked all night.
Did you walk them home?
I did.
You walked them home from Killarden?
I did.
Jesus Christ.
I did.
Yeah.
I done a lot of old things. Yeah.
And with cattle as well, did you walk cattle? Did you drive cattle?
I did, and I was nearly with a bull, even and all.
You were what, sorry, Bill?
And it was a simple thing.
Yeah.
There was a girl, there was the Penders over on the Kilmallock Road. They died, the boy died, I think. Yeah. There was 2 of them there, the girl and and him. And next thing anyway, she used to be afraid to stay by herself at night. But and what did she do?
Yeah.
And Monday morning she bought a bull over in Limerick.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
And of course, I didn't know her. And I had a flask, and there was no water in it.
Yeah.
To get a cup of tea at 1 o'clock. And I went in under the wires, and I went up the passage, and I hit the flask against something.
Yeah.
And old bull was eating out of a feeder. And just when he heard the noise, he backed back. And he started roaring.
Yeah.
And he came down, coming down lively and he got caught in the chain and his nose string. And that slowed him down.
Yeah.
And while he was caught, I turned the old flask out in the field and the other side. And they ran across the field.
Yeah.
He was mad.
Yeah. You escaped anyway?
I escaped.
Lucky one?
A lucky man.
Yeah. So you trekked the roads with the cattle and the horses and all that?
I done everything.
Yeah. And I remember you were working a bit with the vet colony as well, didn't you?
Oh, I did, with Pat Connolly.
Yeah. And were you working on the farm, or was you
I was working with him down in the old farm.
Yeah.
In the old yard.
Yeah.
And near Mayor Smith's.
That's right, down the back, the field.
Yeah, and Mayor said to me, "Jesse, you're an honest man," she said. "Why, Mayor?" says I was wrong. She said, "I see you below knocking at the door, and it's raining down you, and they were inside."
Yeah.
Because she said they were after carrying in ice creams and things.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I didn't take much notice. I said I had old baskets there, they were waiting to open the door. She said there was a lot of fellas worked there, and they never stayed there.
Yeah.
You're an honest man. She said, "No one ever stayed there."
Yeah.
So,
and maid knows, a shopkeeper, she'd know an honest man if she saw one.
And like son anyway, he sent out the daughter to get a message, and there was a penny shop.
Yeah.
At Connolly's side, and the one went in and he counted the money, and he said, "You better go out and get that penny."
A penny was a penny that time? Yeah. And come here, you drink a few pints around the town?
I did.
Yeah.
Everything, everywhere.
Yeah.
The bush bar and all.
Yeah, the bush bar and the Packy Brides.
And Packy Brides, yeah.
Yeah.
And
would you go to bowls?
I did, and the Four Wings.
Yeah.
I did, I went everywhere.
And the fella said you didn't darken any door, you went into them all, keep them all happy.
Keep them all happy. and there was an old Tom Stacks.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
I tell you what happened about Tom Stacks.
Yeah.
He hired the young fella.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of us inside together, and they were all talking. And of course, my glass was up on the counter. And next thing I was wondering what was wrong with the glass. I was about away from it, about that length away from it.
Yeah.
And I was after drinking a good slug of old whiskey out of it. And next thing I put it back up. And what happened? He put up a new bottle up in the thing.
Yeah.
Inside. And next thing what was on, the cork was loose, and the whiskey was pouring out over.
Oh, Jesus.
And it was spilling my glass.
Oh.
And of course I went over fairly quick. And I was back again. And he was out there. He came up and he was looking, and he said to me, "Did you see what happened there?" "I don't know," I said. There was some kind of a lake. I was drunk. I was slugging away because he went down the back to bring up a barrel of stoves.
Fortunately enough, it was leaking into your glass.
It was leaking. Yeah, it was flowing out like flowing out like a fountain.
Jesus, so you're only doing him a service by keeping the glass underneath it, or else there is spills in the counter.
That's it.
Yeah.
I done a lot of old things in my time.
Yeah.
It was all fairs and things. Standing with the hunts from Donwell.
Yes.
There was 3 brothers of them there. And I always to go up to Kilfinnan with yearlings. I'd be selling them there.
Yeah.
And it was desperate cold.
Yeah.
And I said, anyway, Hunt said to me, there's 4 yearlings left in the hotel there. And we hunted them in, and I said, why, can't we stop here and try to sell them? And no, he said, we're going for our dinner. So we went up for our dinner anyway, and he said, what would you like? A few potatoes, and where was it going? And he said, give Billy, he said, 3 chops there. I don't want 3 chops at all. I'll have one. Give him 2 so. So next thing, I got to get whole dinner. And next thing he said to me, you know what, you were very good now to help me.
Yeah.
And next thing he put his hand in his pocket, and we're coming out, so say we've still 4 yearlings.
Yeah.
The other secretary said about him, I'll take him home with me again, he said, because I have a few more, I'll mix them with a few more, and that's there's another fair race, he said, up the country, but you would have no business because it's just too far away for you.
Yeah.
So next thing, he put his hand in his pocket and he said, there's £3 for you, he said. And he said, have you hung around, we'll get another job to go to Kilmallock with cattle because it was early. So I was standing there and there was a boy there and he said to me, would you carry a few cattle to Kilmallock? I would, I said, down to the railway. I said I would. So I went down and I got £2 off him.
Yeah.
So that was the way it was.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad old day.
That was a good old day.
Yeah. But tell me this, how do you find living here with Maura and all the gang?
Oh, they're good.
Yeah. They're looking after you well, yeah.
Oh, they are.
Well, I'll tell you, you're looking great. You're looking mighty for a man.
I am.
Do you know what age you are now?
Well over the 80.
I'd say that you're well over the 80. You're looking great.
Great, thank God.
And a lot of the people around the town now, they'll see the videotape, they'll be mad to see you and to hear from you.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, Billy, it's been lovely talking to you.
That was great.
Yeah, and we got great old stories and chat from you.
You did, that's
very
right.
Very good. All right, all the best, Billy.
Okay.
Now we're joined by Mary O'Connell. Now Mary is originally a Dromina woman, but she worked in Galway and Vale for many a year. Hi Mary.
Hi, how are you?
Good altogether. And you're saying, how many years?
50.
You worked in Galway and Vale for 50 years?
Yeah.
Jesus. So, can you remember what year you started?
Oh, I couldn't.
Yeah.
No.
But it must have been in the early 70s, was it? Or?
Oh, I'd say so.
Yeah. Jesus.
I remember Pat Casey, Dave O'Loughlin.
Yeah. And it was in the cheese you worked, was it?
At the start.
At the start, yeah.
Right.
And
then I went to the canteen.
Yeah.
And that was I went all over it.
And you were all over it,
I was.
Can you think, I'm trying to think now who'd have been in the cheese at the time. Can you think of anyone else you might have worked with at the time? With John Denny, he'd been in around the cheese now, I think, was he?
He was.
And who else might have been there, you think?
And Jimmy Hanley.
Jimmy from Kennedy Place?
Yeah.
Lot of mess in him, yeah.
And
Tommy Gray.
Paddy Sheehan.
Oh, Paddy? Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, Paddy would have been dead down there at the time,
Yeah.
Tommy Grady would have been...
Yeah, Tommy Grady.
Yeah. Jesus, 50 years was a long time.
It is.
Long time, yeah.
Yeah.
And did you, like, would you be up around the town? Would you go up around the town when you were after finishing work? Would you?
Well, I'd come up Swiss Lane to come out to Dromina.
Yeah. Then did you socialise inside in town?
Sometimes.
Yeah. You didn't take a drink around town or anything?
Never drank or smoked.
You never drank or smoked?
No.
Jesus, you were a great girl. Yeah. And tell me this, your husband Tim was he Tim?
Yeah.
Tim, and he worked in town as well?
He did. He was a mechanic at Hartnett's.
At Tom Hartnett's?
Yeah, Tom Hartnett's, yeah.
Yeah, and of course Tom Hartnett's at the time was on the main street.
It was.
Yeah. And you know what's there now? Have you been up in town lately?
Well, I have, yeah.
Yeah.
And I walked next door. Do you know where Michael had the butcher's stall?
Yes.
Well, that was a hotel.
Yes.
One time.
Yeah.
Well, I walked in there.
Yeah. And what did you do there?
I walked in at the tables.
Oh, you were waiting the tables and all that?
Yeah.
Right. Very good. Where Tom Hartnett's garage?
No, but where
but
there's a meat shop down there, like.
Oh, there is, where houses now, yeah.
Yeah.
But where Tom Hartnett's was on the main street, that's where the Supermax is now.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah.
And tell me this now, you're also a sister of Phil Stack, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you want to tell us about Phil?
Yeah, she worked, she had the Four Wings.
She did.
And then she had the top of the town for a while.
Yeah. I don't know where she's now. Where's Phil these days?
She's only just about a mile down the road.
Oh, is she? Oh, yeah. I haven't seen her for ages.
Yeah.
Very good. So, have you any other memories around the town, Mary, that you can share with us?
Well, no, not much more.
Not much more,
no.
Yeah. Just that you worked in Charleville all your life and your husband worked there, yeah?
Yes, he did.
And how long did Tim work in Hartnett's?
Oh, he worked there for a long time.
Long time, yeah. Did he kind of retire from there, or did he move someplace else?
No,
he
retired.
He retired out of there, yeah. And of course then, that closed down and now
right.
Tom's grandson, Tom,
I know,
is working Blowing Baker's Road.
Yeah.
And John is
his
still
son.
tipping around as well, he would, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he'd been with Tom doing a few jobs, yeah.
That's right.
Very good. Well, Mary, it's a lovely talking show.
It's nice speaking to you, too.
Yeah, thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Now, we're here with Nell Flemming inside in this lovely sunroom here in the St. Gobnait's. Hi, Nell.
Hi, Jimmy.
Paudie?
Paudie.
That's all right. Jim was my father, yeah?
Yeah.
And you know Jim, did you?
I did.
Yeah. And do you know my mother, Gracie, you did? Not so much.
I did.
Yeah.
I knew your grandmother, we were great friends.
Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah. And you're originally a Fina woman, Nell?
That's right.
Yeah. And you spent most of your time in London, I believe?
That's right. Yeah.
And whereabouts in England were you?
Yes, I started in Cheltenham. Yeah.
And then you started there, and was that where you met your husband?
It was.
Yeah. And who was your husband?
Pat Flemming.
Pat Flemming, yeah. And he was?
Ballyhayman.
Oh, he was a Ballyhayman. So, geez, you didn't go too far. Feeling Ballyhay, you didn't. So, you met in Cheltenham and then you settled in London.
Yes.
Yeah. And you had family?
Two.
Yeah. A boy
and a girl.
A boy and a girl, right. And they're, where are they now, Nell?
They're in London.
They're still in London, yeah?
They are, yeah.
And have they a family themselves?
My son isn't married at all.
He's not married, yeah?
No, my daughter has two.
Two children. So you have two grandchildren.
And I have two great grandchildren.
Yeah. And of course, because of COVID and all that, though, visiting has been very restrictive and all that.
It has.
Yeah, not being able to come. Yeah. So they live in London. You're here.
That's true.
Yeah. But when you came back from London, then you settled in Charleville, did you?
I did. I settled in Charleville. Yeah.
Yeah. And whereabouts in town did you live?
I live in St. Brendan's Drive.
Okay, yeah. And were you in there by yourself?
I was.
Yeah. And when you came back to town, had you any pastimes? Did you do, were you involved in anything or?
No.
No. Yeah. And would you get up and down the town? Were you able to get up and down the town yourself?
Oh yes, I go to mass every morning. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So at least that was good. You were able to come up and down, and did you do your own shopping and things like that?
I did, yeah.
You did, yeah. You were able to manage for all of that.
Yeah.
And have you managed to get back to London yourself since you came home?
No.
No, you haven't been able for it, yeah?
No, I wouldn't go back now.
Yeah. It's a different place now, like the city's a different place.
They are.
Yeah. So I hopefully will say when the lockdown was over and the COVID and all that, and you got through that okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Was it scary now for? Because what age you now, Nell?
90, coming up 91.
You're 91. Jesus, you're looking great. Huh? Jesus. I'm trying to calculate that out in my head. 91. What's that? 1930, is it?
Yeah.
Jesus. You've seen a lot of changes now over your time, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Jesus. I mean, wars and governments and through the 60s and everything, you've seen it all.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
So,
What do you think is about the best, time? Would you think, when you look back over your life now, Nell, and you're thinking about it, what do you think was the best part of your life, or the things you remember the best? Do you know?
yeah.
Any particular thing or time or event or that you say, geez, that was good.
Yeah, that was the young days. We could go dancing and everything like that.
Yeah.
It was also grand. Yeah.
And did you dance in the clubs in London?
I did.
You did, yeah.
Mm.
Could you tell me the names of them?
Kilburn.
National, and I think you had the Galtimore.
The Galtimore, yeah.
Yeah. I spent a little bit of time in London as well, so I knew the places, yeah.
Yeah.
But in your day now, when you were going to dancing, that was proper dancing.
We just did ordinary dancing.
Yeah.
Like we did at home.
Yeah. It was proper dancing.
It was.
Not like our day, we're only hopping around the floor like Egypt.
That's right.
You were doing proper dancing, yeah.
We were, yeah.
My mother would always tell me about they were always looking out for the good male dancer. Everybody, the women, they always wanted to find the good male dancer so they could have a trot around the floor. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And how about your husband? Was he a good dancer?
He wasn't actually.
You had to find someone else for a good old gallop.
I always got a partner though to dance, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. And tell me, what did your husband do in London? What was he at?
A tile fitter in a factory.
Oh yes.
In the Rover Company.
Yeah. And if you don't mind me asking, did he die? Did he die in London?
No, he died at home.
He died here, yeah. So did the two of you come back together?
Oh, we did.
Oh yeah, okay.
We were married before we came back.
Yeah. Okay, right, yeah. And how long is your husband passed away now?
Oh, it is about, I suppose, nearly 30 years.
Oh Jesus,
it's a long time,
It's a long time, yeah. And what ages were the children at the time? Your own kids at the time? What ages were they?
We're just going to school.
They were on, yeah. Tough.
Yeah, it is.
It was tough, yeah. Tried to manage by yourself.
That's right, yes.
Yeah. Tough going.
Yes.
Tough going. Now, I'm trying to think what else I can ask you. How do you find living here with Maura?
Wonderful.
And Brian?
Right, wonderful.
Yeah. You're enjoying your time here?
Very happy here, thank God. Yeah.
And you make friends here? Did some of the people here you make friends with?
Yes.
Excellent. But you're looking great.
Thank you very much.
And I'm sure all the people around Charleville that know you did love to see you now in the video and love to hear from you.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It was lovely to meet you.
No problem. And I'll tell my father you were that I was talking to you, and he'd be glad to hear that you're doing so well.
Yes, and I've had a great time with your grandmother.
Very good. May was my aunt now.
Oh, she was.
May was my aunt. May was always trucking up and down the town.
She was some character.
Oh, some character, yeah. Just sure, look, that's the way life goes.
I know, yeah.
All right. Well, Nell, thanks very much for talking to you.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, great. Thank you.